kind of wrecked me. Let's move that baby to the front of the line. Trust my reviews. I really loved this book. Wait, did I read this book? I don't think I read this one. I literally don't know what to do next. Hi everybody, it's Audrey and welcome back to Chapter and Converse. I am deep in the throes of Project Unhaul. We're moving on to another shelf. We are getting down to business. You guys, I am up to 39 books, which is amazing. So I am on shelf number 8 is what we're starting today. Quick glance, and I'm not looking ahead, but just looking. I see a lot of books that are newer purchases and things that I want to keep, so we'll see how we do. I don't know if we're going to hit another 9 off of the shelf, but you know, we're going to give it our best go. So, long story short, I am in the midst of an unhaul project. My original goal was 40 books. In video number 6, I upped the ante to 60 books because I was making such good progress. And truth be told, it should not be hard to hit more than that. I feel like more of the pain point is realizing how many books I have that I haven't read. I've also been holding on to a lot of books for decades, so it's not like all of these books have been purchased in the last year, but I want to make room, I want to have less, and this is what we're doing. So, books I want to keep, books I'm either going to sell or donate, and then books I'm going to do a little bit of research on, and that's what we're going to do. So, if you've been here the entire time, thank you so much. If this is your first unhaul video, thanks for stopping by. The entire playlist will be downstairs, down below if you want to watch the entire process. But anyway, having a good time, and here we go. Okay, used to live here, got it for Christmas, haven't read it yet. Close up, Pip Drysdale, got it for Christmas, haven't read it yet. No judgment. I am on the off chance you are new here. Hi, my name is Audrey. I'm a mood reader, and I am definitely somebody who, if I can see it, I will think about it. If it's not in my visual line of sight, I don't do a great job of anything in life. If I don't write it down, it's not on the Post-it note. Like if it's not right in front of my face, I'm not the best. So part of this mission is to move forward books that I want to read. Anyway, here we go. All the Beautiful Strangers by Elizabeth Clayfoth. I have read this. I own 2 copies of it. I'm not sorry about it. It's amazing if you haven't read it yet. A Girl Like Us. This is a newer book, but I haven't read it yet. Keeping. Jennifer Hillier, Jar of Hearts. I own 2 copies of this book. Keeping, one of my all-time favorite books. All right, our good friend Catherine Ryan Howard. I'm just gonna get my little duster here. Having a bit of a dust situation. So I have read some of her books. I have since purchased all of her books, and I haven't gone back to read them all yet. So she is someone who needs her own shelf, but for now, we're just gonna talk about how amazing she is, and I've heard amazing things about this book. Heard amazing things about all of her books. Keeping it. Okay, Jamie Lynn Hendricks. This is the only one of her books that I have not yet read. I met her at Thriller Fest 2 years ago. She signed this one, so it makes me love it even more. But I love her. Dark and messed up people doing dark and messed up things. She's phenomenal. I'm a huge fan. And this is like a dual timeline, messed up female friendship. Pepper. Yeah, Pepper and Scarlet. They do some stuff. They do some things. Okay, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio. I own 3 copies of this book. I talked about in the last video, I might unhaul the 3rd copy, which is like a special edition with the painted edges, but I have one that is meaningfully marked up. This is the hardcover. It's like gorgeous on the inside and on the outside. So anyway, keeping it. I don't need to explain it all. Secret history. I have 3 copies of this book. I'm not getting rid of any of them. Okay, Pretty as a Picture, Elizabeth Little. I want to say this is like a Hollywood murder, rich people behaving badly. I definitely want to read this one. An egomaniacal movie director, an isolated island, and a decades-old murder. Yep. So we have an up-and-coming film editor, somebody dies. Part of this reminded me of Runtime by Catherine Ryan Howard. I was going to do a whole like set in Hollywood vlog ages ago, but again, when you're a mood reader, it's really hard to plan that kind of stuff. Okay, The Trap. I Know Who Killed My Sister. I wrote this book for him. This definitely was an Abby Crime by the Book recommendation. A twisted debut thriller about a reclusive author who sets the perfect trap for her sister's murderer. So love a book about a writer, love a book about revenge, and I'm going to keep it. Gonna keep it. Okay. I'm like, if I pull this out, will everything else fall? No. Excellent. Okay, Sometimes I Lie. This is Alice Feeney's first book. I have read all of her books. I'm a huge fan of hers. Her books also need to live together on a shelf. I would like to reread this one because I haven't read this since it came out. I just remember loving it so much and being like, yes, this is an author for me. Also probably a good sign that the first page in the entire book is dog-eared. You know, I loved it. Okay, where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Okay, Jennifer Hillier, Wonderland. I'm just gonna cut to it. I'm not getting rid of any of her books. That should shock absolutely nobody. Poirot's Christmas. This was the special edition. They've redone a lot of these books. I have stopped buying them because I have a problem. I haven't read this one. Beautiful on the inside. This will be fun for this holiday season. I also like rediscovered Janice Hallett's The Christmas Appeal during a different shelf haul. So I'm going to make sure to put some of these aside for holiday times. Special edition of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I loved this book. I have the entire series and I can't resist a UK cover. I can't resist a special edition. So I need like a special edition shelf, I almost feel like. And then I have Steve Kavanaugh's The Accomplice. So this is an Eddie Flynn book. I haven't read this one yet. Oh, I didn't even realize this. This is autographed. What is happening here? Signed first edition. This is not the first time I have bought a book from the UK only to find out that it was signed. Yay fun. When did this one even come out? I need to read more of his books. 13 is one of my favorite books. 2022. Oof, I'm embarrassed for myself. And yeah, anyway, we're going to keep it. I have not read all the Eddie Flynn's, but keeping it. Okay. I honestly don't know how to tackle this. Where the Dead Sleep and There He Kept Her. I want to read both of these. I'm going to keep them. I saw Josh on a Thriller Fest panel this year. I've heard great things about both of these books, so it's more a matter of when, not if. I feel like it's police investigation. Yeah, police officer Ben Packard, set in Minnesota. Gare from Guaranteed Reads loves these books and just sort of reinforces my interest when someone whose opinion I jive with loves them. And then Murder Your Employer, this and this was a Jordy's Book Club recommendation. Bought them both, haven't read either of them. This, oof, look at this map, you guys. Let me get my, do we want to know when I bought this at Barnes & Noble? I can't even get the receipt out. Look at this map. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. When did I buy it? Let's shame myself. It's so faded I can't even see the date. 2023. Totally fine. The Enigma of Room 622. Again, Jordy, thank you so much. Not that he gave it to me, he just recommended it to me. Don't get me twisted. And One of These Days. Isn't that a Limp Bizkit song? One of These Days. It's all about the he said, she said. High Season, read this recently, absolutely loved it. Here's Runtime by Catherine Ryan Howard. Read it, loved it. Cringing a little bit. Okay, Addie LaRue. I own 3 copies of this book. This is another one where I feel like perhaps I can sell one of them. This is the one I physically read and obviously has all my tabs at the top of it. So I'm not going to get rid of this one because that would be a lot of work. I also don't know if I'm ever going to reread this. This was such a time and a place love affair. And I still love it, but I don't know if I'm ever going to revisit it. I don't know. We'll see. 30th anniversary edition. Gorgeous, beautiful, love. This is a game-changing book. I talked about how Beartown changed my life. This book changed my life. Okay. Camilla Lackberg, Golden Age. Second book in this series we already found during one of the other ones. The other shelf unhauls. I'm going to keep this one. I feel like this is also a revenge book. Sexy, over-the-top psychological thriller, scorned wife of a billionaire. Yep. And her delicious plot to get her revenge and bring him to his knees. I am Team Faye, and I haven't even read this book yet. So keeping this one. Definitely taking me far too long to read it. This has been on my shelf for I don't know how long. It came out in 2019. And then I have The Brightest Star in the Sky by Marian Keyes. This one's like very gold. I bought this when I was in Belgium, and I have sentimental feelings about this. I love Marion Keyes so much. Why did my brain just break like that? And I will absolutely keep this forever and ever. I don't know what that tab is that's in it. But anyway, I love her book so much. I just saw something underlined. What did I underline? I'm never going to find it again. Oop. Anyway, okay, love. I literally don't know what to do next. Okay. The Bay by Allie Reynolds. I talked about how much I love Shiver. I have not read this one yet. This is her second book. No excuse. This probably should be pushed to a front shelf. Oh my God, and again, a book with giant... Do you hear that spine crack? I know that makes some people cringe. I'm a spine cracker. Huge font. Big fan of the big font. Lily White by Susan Isaacs. I have had this book forever. This is another book that I've had such sentimental feelings about. I remember reading it, giving it to my roommate. She read it, and I have not read it again since. I don't know if I ever would, but I really just loved it so much. I have a hard time letting go of this. So for now, I think I'm going to keep it. Okay, Karen Slaughter, Girl Forgotten. I think I'm going to need to research this. I have not read a lot of Karen Slaughter. Is this connected to pieces of her? It looks like it might be. Did I unhaul pieces of her? I feel like I might have. All right, let me look that one up. I really like her as a writer, but I don't read her books, if that makes sense. Like, I love her advice. I love her interviews. We'll see. Okay. Ella Fairburk, keeping it, have all of her books. We've already talked about this on previous videos. Wife Between Us. I absolutely loved this book. I thought this had a fantastic plot twist to it. And I think they did a thing that other people did after them. I think this book was amazing. I also want to say this is one of the first audiobooks I ever listened to with Julia Whalen, or like first audiobooks I ever listened to, period. And it was with Julia Whalen. And I did like a listening to it and reading it kind of a thing. And I loved it. So yeah, it's dog-eared and underlined in a bunch of places, but keeping it. Okay, The Dark by Emma Houghton. One Dead Body, 12 Suspects, 24 Hours of Darkness. Absolutely bought this book with the intent to read it. I mean, I bought all of these books with the intent to read it. And I never was drawn back to it. So it's fans of Lucy Foley and Ruth Ware. I'm going to look this up. I feel like this got good reviews. Maybe it'll be a good winter book. I haven't picked it up. Making a mess. Okay, Brightlands, John Fram, love it. I'm Not Done With You Yet, J.C.Q. Sutanto, love it. Everything You Want Me to Be by Mindy Mejia. This book was so much darker and amazing than I thought it was going to be. Like, I expected a typical thriller. Man, this book was messed up. I loved it. This is one of those books that I bought, put it on the shelf, never read it, and then I picked it up and was like, what took me so long? This book kind of wrecked me. It was really, really good. It came out in 2017. I don't think I read it till like 2020 maybe. I did these Post-its in the front, but I put the month but not the year. Idiot. So either way, she's great. I need to read more of her books. That one's great. The Other Black Girl by Zakiya Dalila Harris. Dalila Harris. I need to watch the Hulu show. I have since broken up with Hulu just because I can't have multiple, I mean, I can do whatever I want, but you know what I mean. I can't have multiple streamings because I don't watch TV that much and it's just money out the door. But I really enjoyed this book and I have vivid memories of an interview with her and Riley Sager. That was great. So Sarah from Sarah's Nightstand, when she was doing an unhaul, sent me the arc of this because I like had the desperate need. I had to have the arc of this book. I don't know that I need to keep the arc of this book anymore. I have the actual book that I read, so I might be able to let that go. All right, Wendy Walker, Don't Look For Me. I enjoyed some Wendy Walker books. I have not read her in a while. I did not love All Is Not Forgotten. There were parts of that book that I really had a hard time with. Not that it wasn't well written or it wasn't a good story, but like I really struggled with it. So this is supposed to be really good. She was on a panel at Thriller Fest that Sonica from the Reading Beauty moderated. And it got me more jazzed about her. Part of me also thinks I could just listen to this from the library. So maybe that's a good alternative. I'm going to put it in the research pile. I'm pretty certain my library has it. Okay. The Sicilian Inheritance by Jo Piazza. I heard her on a podcast and I got super jazzed about this. She has her own podcast too. And this is, it says, a transporting novel rooted in the author's own family history about a long-awaited trip to Sicily, a disputed inheritance, and a family secret that some will kill to protect. I remember hearing great things about this, but I kind of lost a little bit of interest. Olivia Mentor had great things to say about it. I really like Olivia's recommendations, so I'm going to research and see on that one. I was looking for this book when I was doing another video, when I was doing my spooky season 1, and I couldn't find the physical book because she's buried back here. I loved it. Oh, and look at Smart Me. I put the year 2021. I loved this book so much. This was another book that I did not expect to fall in love with as much as I did. Look at all those dog ears, you guys. This book, so, so good. This is the first Rachel Harrison I read and made me a fan for life. Precarious stack of books next to me. Tangerine, I'm going to get rid of. So my mom read this. She gave it to me. I have probably had this for 5 years. I read it once. This came out in 2018, even longer than that. And I thought it was going to be more thrillery. I liked it. I just will never read it again. So definitely a good book. It says if Donna Tartt, Gillian Flynn, and Patricia Highsmith collaborated on a screenplay to be filmed by Hitchcock. So like all the things, I just don't think I'm ever going to read it again. So somebody else can love the heck out of this one. Okay, The Hidden Things. This is an arc from 100 years ago. It's on sale 2019. This has definitely survived plenty of unhauls. I keep flipping through as if there's going to be like $100 bills sitting in one of these books. I'm going to research it again. And then Let Me Lie by Claire McIntosh. I loved this one. This was the second book of hers that I read. For some reason, I let go of I Let You Go. I unhauled that book years ago. That's one of those books where like I absolutely loved it, but, and I mean, I say this like, oh, when you know the twist, what's the point? But I've also read Gone Girl a bunch of times and I know the twist, obviously. So I don't know, but I thought this was great. This is like police investigation, but like very human. I just really enjoy Claire McIntosh, so I'm going to keep that. The stack started to stumble. All right. We're going to break it into two. My stacking skills, not good. All right, so I don't have to do this. I'm just going to do this. Then we're going to do this. Okay, Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. I did read this one. I don't have to prove anything. Very much enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of hers. For now, I'm just going to keep all of her stuff. So good. Like Mother Like Daughter by Kimberly McCreet. I still want to read this one. This definitely has like some dark, messed up vibes to it. With a Kiss, We Die. I haven't read this one yet. It took me a minute to like actually read the title of that. Megan Collins says it's wildly addictive. We have two college lovers suspected of a brutal double homicide enlist a podcast crime journalist to proclaim their innocence. Why have I not read this one yet? There's actual podcast transcripts in here. Let's move that baby to the front of the line. Okay, let's do a couple over here. Bombshell, I haven't read this one yet. This is pretty new. Stephanie Roble, I need to go back and read the rest of hers. I loved The Hitchcock Hotel. So I went back and picked up Darling Rose Gold after I read The Hitchcock Hotel, and then I just haven't read it yet. And this is like a Munchausen's by proxy, I want to say. I feel like it is Gypsy Rose inspired and heard great things. No explanation needed. I need to read it, but yes, I will be keeping my Will Deans. Heard great things, no excuse. And this is a woman held captive is willing to risk everything to save herself, her unborn child, and her captor's latest victim in this drop-dead gorgeous thriller. Okay. I don't know which way to turn. All right, so we've got a couple Ruth Wares. I've read both of them. She Needs Her Own Shelf. Big Little Lies. I loved this. I just think this is great. This is probably one of my favorite Leah Moriarty's. I remember buying this before I went on a European vacation with my friend who was living in Switzerland, or she still lives in Switzerland, but she had like recently moved to Switzerland at the time. And we went to Paris and we went to Barcelona. And while I was packing, I realized this is not the book to bring on like a 3-country tour. So I wound up getting the ebook of it. And I feel like that was one of the first times where I like purchased a book and then purchased a second copy of it. But I was reading the ebook on that vacation. And I don't know, just good memories. And I really enjoyed the book. Okay, To Lisa Jules, Then She Was Gone, I read. I haven't read Invisible Girl yet. She will get her own section at some point, but for now, she's just gonna stay here in the silver section. Hellbent by Leigh Bardugo. I really hate the cover of this book so much. It really grosses me out. I have not yet read Ninth House. I have not given up on this series, so I'm going to hold on to this one because I do think when I read it, I will love it. I hope that's not too much of a stretch. And then A Nearly Normal Family. I don't know why I haven't read this one either. This was a book that I was like desperate to get, and it was in my Thriller Fest, there's so much dust, goodie bag. In 2019, I want to say, is when this is from. And I just never read it for no reason at all. Yeah, 2019. I was so excited to get this in my gift bag and then promptly just did nothing with it. So I will. No promise of timelines, just someday, maybe. Okay. And then, okay, we have They Wish They Were Us by Jessica Goodman. I'm going to keep this. This is a YA murder mystery thriller. You can see there's like a little blood on the cover. Jessica Knoll blurbs the front of it. This was definitely purchased, thrifted, an old library book. It just like flops open like 1,000 people have read it. I don't love that. My thrifting was not the best. I am not opposed to thrifting, let me be clear, but online thrifting is tough because you really have no gauge of the condition of the book. And even though they say it's like excellent, it sometimes really just is not. But I'm going to hold on to this. I'd like to read it. How We Fall Apart by Katie Zhao. I remember buying this in the bookstore and I never read it. So we've got another YA thriller, Betrayal Will Haunt You from the Grave. Sinclair Prep, Queen Bee. There's a lot of trigger warnings in the front of this one. I'm going to look it up. I feel like this is going to be a keep, but I'm going to look it up. Death in Tokyo. I want to say this is part of a series. This was sent to me by the publisher, by Minotaur. And yeah, it's a sequel to a book. Do you need to read the first one to read this one? I mean, this is from 2022. I'm going to look it up. Rebecca De Mornay. Rebecca De Mornay, the way that I was like, could not say Daphne du Maurier and Rebecca De Mornay. Oh my God. You guys. Okay, read this, really enjoyed it. Lent it to my mom. She read it, really enjoyed it. I'm going to hold on to this. Classic for a reason. And then here's my original Hidden Bodies. I have since purchased a hardcover of it. Do I need to keep this one? I don't think I do. Shockingly, I did not dog ear this, which, who am I? I think I can get rid of this one. Not every book do I need to keep both. Like You is probably definitely all the way marked up. I don't see anything in here. Oh, there's a dog ear. Dog ear. Don't know why. Sometimes I'm not clear why. I don't know. We'll see if maybe Pango. Maybe I'll just donate it. But I'm going to let it go. I'll take a closer look later. The spine is 100% cracked, but whatevs. And Girl on the Train, not getting rid of it. Loved it. Don't You Cry, Mary Kubica. I really enjoyed this book. Wait, no. Did I read this one? I read this one. I read The Good Girl. Trust my reviews. I really loved this book. Wait, did I read this book? I don't think I read this one. Oh my God. Sorry, Mary. I definitely read The Good Girl. Where's her list of books that she wrote? I read Pretty Baby. I don't think I read this one. Spine's Not Cracked. I'm sure I didn't read this one. I probably will. I'm just going to look it up. And then Unhinged by Calla Reed. I feel like this is a book I bought, I don't know why, 2016. There's a dot on the bottom. This could be like a book outlet from back in the day. Hold your breath and count to 10. Soon it will be over before it began. She's in a mental institution. I do feel like this is part of a series. I'm going to have to look this one up. Or is Unhinged the first book in the series? Unravel and Unhinge. I need to look this up. Time and a Place, it could be great. And then The French Girl by Lexi Elliott I'm keeping. I loved this book. I don't feel like enough people talk about this one. This is like dual timelines, group of friends, something in the past comes back to haunt them in the present. And it's basically everything I love in a book. So yay fun, keeping it. Okay, that's all of it. All gone. Okay, time to research. Time to research and make some choices. So this is described as PLL and fans of Karen McManus. So when? All right, let's see about this one. Okay, this I feel like is one of my harder research decisions. I'm gonna let this go. My library has it on audio, so if I do want to read it, which I read great things about it, like I saw some really good reviews, but when push comes to shove, I'll probably listen to it, so I'm gonna let this go. I'm on the fence about this one, but neither of my libraries has it, so I'm gonna keep it for now. Like I kind of figured if my library had it, great, because I'm still interested in it. It got great reviews, but I just figured like, oh, I'll just get it from the library. But since my library doesn't have it, I'm gonna wind up keeping this. Not that I'm like mad about it, but library helps. Okay, I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I think I'm gonna get rid of this arc as well. I'm gonna get rid of Hidden Bodies. I'm gonna just donate it. It's fine. I'm gonna let go of this one. My libraries have Mary Kubica's books. I don't know if it's Kubica or Kubica. Kubica. And some of the reviews I read was like this wasn't her best. So it's fine. Totally fine. Letting go of Tangerine, which we already decided. We being me. And I'm going to let the Karen Slaughter book go as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. 7. I feel like I'm on the count. So that brings us to 45 total books. So 7 going. I'm also going to keep Joe Piazza. Read some really good things about this. A lot of 4-star reviews for this. So for now, I'm going to hold on to it. Ditto for Death in Tokyo. A lot of really great reviews. And then Unhinged looks kind of unhinged. So I feel like Time and a Place, it's going to be great. And that's it. So, oh, I'm also going to keep How We Fall Apart, which I already said was PLL meets Karen McManus. So, I mean, you had me at PLL. That's all I need to know. And yeah, so they get to live another life on my shelf. Welcome home. Or welcome nowhere. You never left. Let me get the rest of these books on the shelf. Okay, that feels like another success. I'm feeling pretty good about stuff, and I do think there's more that can go on another pass, but that's a problem for another day. So anyway, thank you for watching and for being here, for watching the series if you're watching it or just watching the channel. And you know, I'm always open to back, but by the time you guys see this video, these books better be gone. So I'm really not trying to hold on to stuff. The whole idea is to get the clutter out. So anyway, I will see you guys in another video. Really appreciate everybody being here today, and I hope you all are doing great, and I'll see you when I see you. So take care, everybody. Bye.